Hundreds of students and employees at Purdue could face some harsh punishments this week for ignoring the university's COVID policy.
That policy at Purdue says you either have to have proof that you've been vaccinated or submit to routine and regular COVID testing. Today, Dustin Grove learned just how many people on campus haven't done that just yet and what could happen to them now.
So far, 84 students could be suspended because just a few weeks into the school year, they've already failed twice to get a required COVID-19 test. The pulse in the heart of campus?
It's a fitting punishment. I mean, it is a serious virus. There are people that can be seriously made very sick and possibly die.
As for the university's policy to get vaccinated or be tested,
I think it's a good idea to keep the campus safe.
It's safer, that's why.
And overall on this campus of 55,000, administrators say the numbers are healthy. 82% of the campus is fully vaccinated. At IU, vaccines are mandatory. A spokesperson there didn't say how many students or employees were out of compliance or if they'd been disciplined. In an email, they said the university is still encouraging anyone not vaccinated to do so. Statewide, 88% of all IU faculty, staff, and students are at least partially vaccinated. Meanwhile, at Purdue, the clock is ticking for those students not walking the walk and 214 employees who could be fired.
I feel like a majority of the people are getting their tests and doing their part, but I mean, there's always going to be a couple people that don't.
A third violation could get students suspended, and for some of those 84, that could happen as early as this week.
Thank you, Dustin. Well, what about at IU Bloomington? Here's the latest. A federal appeals court denied IU's request to dismiss the COVID-19 lawsuit brought by a group of students there. IU says the students who brought the challenge have since either received exemptions or they've even withdrawn from the university. So IU argued that they had no standing to bring the case. However, an attorney representing them says the two students only deferred their attendance pending the outcome of this lawsuit. They claim the extra COVID testing, masking, and quarantine requirements for unvaccinated students is not fair. The Supreme Court of the U.S. refused to block the IU policy in a ruling just last month.
The state of Indiana reported nearly 5,000 new student cases today, so this would include elementary through high school. Most of the cases took place over the last few weeks, and that number is down a little bit from last week.
We learned today that the need for nurses is now reaching a critical stage over at Eskenazi Hospital. That downtown Indianapolis facility says new hires can now earn up to $90 an hour if they commit to 24 or 36 hours a week for at least 13 weeks.
But right now, it's absolutely critical that we have the nurses that are skilled, caring, and compassionate to take care of our patients.
The pandemic and the traveling nurse industry have disrupted the overall nursing profession. Ahead tonight at 6 o'clock, the key qualities that Eskenazi is looking for to fill its 20 open RN jobs.